The following is a special presentation of the National Lacrosse League.
The San Diego Seals and Colorado Mammoth face off with playoff seedings on the line. Colorado needs a win to be in. A victory for the Seals clinches a home playoff game, so it should be a postseason atmosphere here tonight. Dawson again! Seals lead. It's the Seals and the Mammoth next on BR Live. Remain in the regular season, and there's still so much on the line in the West as the Colorado Mammoth travel to San Diego to battle the Seals here at Pechanga Arena. Hello and welcome to our coverage on BR Live alongside Doug Locker. My name is John Schaefer. Great to be with you on this Friday evening. And Doug, in the West, playoff implications involved in this one.
Absolutely huge game for both clubs. For San Diego, an opportunity to get a home playoff game with a win. For Colorado, a win and they're in.
Let's take a look at the West Division standings. Right now, San Diego sitting in second place. The Mammoth secure in fourth, but again, still, they have some work to do as well.
Yeah, it's still really tight. And also a big game tomorrow night in Rochester with the Warriors needing a win against the Nighthawks and relying on a Mammoth loss here tonight.
Let's get to our keys to the game, beginning with the Seals. They have lost 3 straight coming in.
Yeah, and for the Seals, it's really going to be adjusting to life without Austin Stotts. They need to establish some flow and consistency. They need to get inside, and it's a question of who steps up on that left side. Turner Evans, Casey Jackson, or the newcomer Joe Walters.
You know, Colorado has been in a lot of games recently because of their goaltending play. Dylan Ward has been outstanding for the Mammoth late this season.
Dylan Ward having another great season for the Mammoth. .780 save percentage, which is 5th in the NLL, and a 10.64 goals against average.
What do you have for the keys tonight for the Mammoth needing a road win to lock up a playoff berth?
For the Mammoth, it's pretty simple. They need to get a good first quarter under their belt. They've been outscored by 18 goals this season and have only scored 22 goals in the first quarter in their first 16 games.
All right, well, the Seals have a newcomer tonight, the veteran Joe Walters. He caught up with Tully Anderson earlier this afternoon.
Thanks, John. Here with Joe, you won 3 championships with Rochester. With your experience in the NLL, what are you going to bring to the Seals?
Yeah, hopefully some experience. You know, I mean, this team's done a great job. You know, from day one. You know, they've been very successful all year. Obviously, they've lost their best player. So, you know, I'm just trying to come in here and play hard.
So you were here during preseason. What did you learn from the team then?
This team is young, very hungry. They're very well coached. You know, Coach Merrill's done an awesome job. And again, you know, this team's hungry.
What is the offensive strategy tonight against Colorado Mammoth?
Play tough. You know what I mean, I think the last couple of games they've kind of been slumping a little bit, and it's just important to just to play hard every shift. Loose balls. Playing hard inside, and I think if we do that, we'll be okay.
We got to talk about Dan Dawson. He's had a great season. You played with him, I believe, it's for 4 seasons. What does he bring to this team?
Dan is one of the best leaders I've ever had. He is just so good on the field, so good off the field. And it's just so special to see what he can do at his age. It's truly amazing.
Welcome to San Diego, and thank you.
All right, San Diego's black game-worn jerseys will be auctioned in support of local charities such as Burn Institute, Autism Speaks, 0800 Big Josh Foundation, and more. The auction will be live on the LiveSource app through the end of halftime. Download the app to place your bids now. Colorado and San Diego, it comes your way next from Pechanga Arena on BR Live. is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save. It's a busy weekend in the NLL, a full slate of games tomorrow in the league.
And some huge games with implications for both clubs tonight. Obviously, the rush against the Roughnecks has implications for the Seals, depending on what happens tonight. And then the Warriors Nighthawks tomorrow night in Rochester, also big implications.
A pair of additional games as well out east. Some very good years for both Buffalo and Georgia.
Yeah, and the East is very tight, especially in the first three spots. So big game for the Swarm against Philadelphia, Buffalo, and New England, also a very big game in the East.
All right, Pechanga Arena here in San Diego. Seals and Mammoth with a lot of the line targets we've been talking about tonight. Frank Scigliano will need a good game for the Seals.
Yeah, Frank starting his 17th straight game for the Seals tonight. Looking for a big effort from him against the Mammoth.
Patrick Merrill is the first-year head coach of this expansion franchise. He has them in the postseason in year one.
And a couple of really interesting scratches tonight for Colorado. Obviously, earlier today, Eli McLaughlin placed on the injured reserve list, and scratched tonight Corey Vitarelli, along with Stephen Lee, who was just activated. For San Diego, the scratches Connor Fields and Connor Kernan.
There's Dylan Ward. We talked about him in the open. He's had an outstanding recent run for the Mammoth. They've been involved in a number of low-scoring games. So we'll see how many goals we have here tonight. Opening face-off won by the Seals in those black uniforms tonight against the Mammoth wearing a white uniform combination on the road. So remember last week, Doug, San Diego could not get anything going early on offense without Austin Stotts.
Right, it was definitely an adjustment for the Seals. It'll be interesting to see tonight now that they've had a little more practice with each other. I thought practice was very crisp last night. Shoot-around was good this morning, so we'll see how they respond early on here.
Meanwhile, the Mammoth, and we've talked about this, they have struggled mightily in first quarters this year, scoring a combined 22 goals in 16 games, just better than a goal per game in the first.
And I know they'll be looking to get off to a fast start themselves.
Nearly forced a turnover here. Are the Seals going to be able to get this and cross in time? They do, but they just turn it over.
Yeah, really no opportunity to get over, so they just threw it down in the corner.
So again, one of the keys for Colorado, and you could argue which team has more on the line tonight. Colorado needs a win to get to the postseason. San Diego is already there. If the Seals win, though, they'll have a home playoff game. But the Mammoth, again, need a victory just to get in. And there's a shot and a goal from the Mammoth very early on to take the lead.
Great start by Colorado. Kyle Killen with the goal, his 27th of the year. And he's really going to be looked to with McLaughlin and Vitarelli out of the lineup to really try to jumpstart that Colorado offense.
Well, we talked about their struggles, and Killen, who was second on the team in scoring coming in, rips that one home. And it comes just a minute and 10 seconds in, his 27th of the season. So no McLaughlin, who's got 35 goals, but they get the quick early one.
Yeah, nice, and a really nice shot by Killen. Kind of shoots over Garrett McIntosh.
The assist for Chris Wardle for the Mammoth. Loose ball on the far boards. A lot of bodies over there. Still hasn't been jarred free. A fortune of time. Still loose and eventually secured by Colorado. That took an eternity. Now the Mammoth with really an outstanding start, getting the early goal just a minute in. Team that's averaging just over a goal per first quarter this year.
And we should point out Jeremy Noble back in the lineup for the Mammoth, playing his first game since March 3rd.
Scored just a couple of goals all year, right, for the Colorado franchise.
Yeah, interestingly enough, his last goals of the season were back in December, on December 22nd against San Diego.
You know, San Diego had success against Colorado earlier in the year, winning 2 games. So they've won the season series, trying to make it a sweep, so to speak, with a victory here tonight on their home floor. Looking for their first good offensive opportunity. That's off the crossbar from Jackson on that low to high shot.
Ball went straight up in the air. Colorado with the loose ball.
It's a tough break. This is Taylor Stewart near the restraining line for the Mammoth. who, if they get in, will be playing likely Saskatchewan in the postseason in that 1-4 matchup in the West. Saskatchewan needs either a win or a Seals loss to lock up the #1 seed here in the final 2 weeks. This is Noble. Ball is loose. Scooped up by Chiliano. Well, last week, 2 goals for San Diego in the first half. They'll need to do much better than that here tonight, you'd think, to have a shot against this Colorado team.
Yeah, and we're going to look at newcomer Joe Walters, who was actually in the Seals training camp back at the beginning of the year, was released, and with the injury to Austin Stotts, he was signed this week.
Now outside Dawson. Dawson double team, spins out of it, has an open lane, and a beautiful save by Ward. Put back, no good. Another chance, though, for San Diego with a new clock. Jackson cut off. Seals have had some good chances in the first few minutes.
They've had some very good looks at the net. And I think what they've really got to do is establish some chemistry early.
And Dawson rips one home.
Dawson just gets to the middle of the floor and beats Ward low. And again, as you adjust to life without Austin Stotts, it's looking to some of that veteran leadership that Dan Dawson brings.
5-hole on Ward, his 25th of the season. So patient, and that was a really good lane right in front of the net. To tie this thing up, it comes at 3:41.
So important for the Seals to answer.
And it feels as if they've had already better possessions in this first quarter than they did all first half against Saskatchewan last weekend.
And I mentioned to you earlier today, like I thought the vibe was better with the Seals this week than it was last week.
The loss of Austin Stotts kind of setting in now a week afterwards. The assist for Casey Jackson for San Diego. We're tied up at 1. That outside shot is saved by Chiliano. He lost it, but is able to keep it out of the net.
Yeah, never a good thing when your goalie looks
Where's
behind
the
him.
ball?
Exactly. Nice save by Chiliano.
Yeah, they could really use a good game from Frank Chiliano tonight.
They really could. He, I don't think he's been as strong in the last 4 or 5 games as he was early in the season. A lot of factors to that, though. It's not all on Frank Chiliano. Changes in personnel, defensively, offensively, really go a long way towards that.
And starting for a full season for the first time in his NLL career. And he's logged already 9 wins for the San Diego franchise. A 10th gets him a home playoff game in a couple of weekends. Tied up here. The goal from Killen for Colorado early. Again, they're without their leading scorer tonight, Eli McLaughlin. Low to low, and Killen this time denied by Chiliano. And now whistle behind the play. What do we have here? Comes at 9:58 of the first quarter. Colorado and San Diego are tied at 1. You're watching the NLL right here on BR Live. Come see your playoff-bound Seals in the final regular season home game here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The Seals host the Buffalo Bandits next Saturday, April 27th. Come to our house to cheer on your team and dive in with tickets starting at just $15. Reserve your seats today at SealsLax.com. That's SealsLax.com. John Schaefer, Doug Locker. San Diego and Colorado at full strength. Tied at 1 about 5 minutes in. Seals possession wearing black. So is Dawson with that early goal for San Diego. Now Walters, who hasn't been in this league in over 2 years, and he fires from outside high there on Ward.
I like it. I like to see him taking shots early, getting back into the flow.
Long outlet for Jordan Gillies, who will reset here with the Colorado franchise that has won just 6 games this year, somewhat surprisingly in the West. A team that's had a lot of success over the years. Trying to get in ahead of Vancouver for that final spot, needing a victory tonight to secure that and lock it up. A double, shot clock at 2, and they will not get a shot off.
Good swarming defense by San Diego there.
Yeah, their best defensive possession as Brendan Ranford has it in front of the restraining line and gets rid of it now for Casey Jackson.
And Ranford's been a really nice addition for the Seals. He played well last weekend. It's good to see him back in the lineup this week.
Yeah, we had a chance to see him at Pechanga last weekend. A number of new faces for San Diego late in the season, including Walters, who's been a champion in this league a number of times with Rochester. There's an open, good find, but no shot coming from behind the net there from Capito. Now back for Killen. Shot and a goal for the Mammoth. That's Chris Wardle.
Chris Wardle does a super job just kind of floating to the middle of the floor. See him here just kind of cutting to the top of the floor, gets a little time and room, puts it six side high on Chiliano.
You know, it's only his 13th goal in his 17th game. But Colorado, again, a team that was averaging less than 2 goals per first quarter this year, has 2 goals already.
Yeah, they're off to a good start. And Chris Wardle's always been, since he's been in the league, he's always been kind of an engine guy, a guy that kind of gets things going, compliments the players around him. He's going to be asked in this situation with both McLaughlin and Vitarelli out to probably take a more prominent role.
On a procedure violation, the ball will go to Colorado out of the faceoff. So Tim Edwards in there tonight opposite Brandon Clellan. We'll keep our eye on that matchup all evening long as well on the dot. Mammoth with the ball in this 1-goal lead. Cutter in the middle. Back for Rouet, and a loose ball. So the Seals forced a turnover. Here comes Brody Merrill in transition, the veteran. He finds a wide open Dawson, and he is stoned by Ward, and then he runs him over.
Nice save by Dylan Ward. Was really turned into a 4-on-3 coming down. Merrill gets the ball to Dawson coming off the bench.
And Dawson immediately goes off after colliding with Ward in the crease area.
Yeah, so goalie interference. He ran into him pretty much straight on. And I don't think he could have checked his speed. It was just the angle of the play.
Well, here's a Colorado team that will be on the power play right now. And on the power play this year, they're converting at just over 40%. And it's a chance to add to their lead.
And the penalty kill for San Diego is a little over 55%, 5th in the league.
So good early opportunity for a Colorado team that is does not commit a number of penalties themselves. So here they are on the power play, and there's a loose ball, a turnover, a careless one. Goalie interference again against Dawson, who is in the box. Merrill now shorthanded as the Seals maybe look to create something here on offense.
Pretty tight pass into McIntosh. He didn't have any space to do anything with it, so he wisely just bounced it back out. Good opportunity to take a little time off this penalty.
Want all the latest news, interviews, and more delivered straight to your inbox? Head over to NLL.com and sign up for the NLL newsletter now. You will not want to miss a beat. So the Seals kill off the 30 seconds. Still about a minute to go, though, in this power play. Couple of victories on the road for the Seals earlier this year over the Mammoth. Colorado trying to return the favor tonight and leading early and on the power play for the first time. First time either team has been in the power play. Killen gets rid of it, gets it back, fakes, and then I don't know if it's a shot or a pass behind the net, but the ball's loose. And this will go to San Diego. Well, they'll get close to killing it off, Doug. The difference is about 10 seconds here. This is the spot where you're trying to play keep away, right, and hold it.
Yeah, I'm sure they're trying to work a little bit of clock off this power play opportunity. Look to get a shot late.
Evans gets rid of it. And that shot saved by Ward coming from Kelly. A long outlet ahead, but off the stick of Tim Edwards. Edwards collects. Power play will end. Seals, to their credit, kill it off. Back and forth we've gone. Mammoth have led by 1 twice. That shot off the mark of Chiliano. Still 5 of the clock. Again off the mark. And that'll just be essentially a violation there. So 10 minutes in, San Diego just 1 goal, although I'd say more chances than last week against the Rush.
Yeah, they definitely look better than they did last week. And again, we keep talking about it. it's really going to be the chemistry issue with the new guys, and they've got to figure out a way to get comfortable with each other.
Look at this. Unbelievable job by Dawson to ward off 2 defenders and keep it alive for Buchanan. Shot clock, though, at 3. They will fire and score! Unbelievable. Started by Dawson, finished off by Evans, and we are tied up.
An absolute rip by Turner Evans. This thing starts with actually a great play by Dawson to get out of trouble. Then the ball just swings from side to side, and we talk about this a lot. You move the ball from side to side, good things usually happen.
And they did there. So for Turner Evans, his 18th. I mean, it doesn't happen, obviously, without Dan Dawson. I mean, no chance at all.
Dawson sets that whole thing up by just being a beast on the boards.
And Garrett Billings, by the way, who came in with 60 assists on the year, 4 shy of the league high. He picks up his first assist of the night.
Dane Doby, of course, leading the NLL in assists with 64.
So Billings with 5 tonight to play in the first. It's been a good one. We're tied up. Good find. Cutter for the net, and Chiliano is there.
Chiliano fought that one off.
Seals crossover with Cleland. Now set up on offense. Looking for their first lead tonight. Maybe on this possession at even strength. Dan Dawson's played a huge early role for San Diego. Jackson thought about a shot. And again, it is Dawson backing down, using his physicality outside, and Billings off the mark into the seats.
Dawson doing a good job, and leaders lead, and Dan Dawson's the leader.
4:05 to play in the first quarter. We're tied at 2. You're watching the NLL on BR Live. All right, San Diego and Colorado tied at 2. There's a look at Pat Coyle with the Mammoth here, off to a 6-10 start this year. A win away for the postseason, though, trying to secure that number 4 slot in the West. Back underway with the Mammoth possessing here at Pechanga Arena. John Schaefer and Doug Locker. Outside near the restraining line. Shot clock inside 10. Nice find there, and Chiliano low to make the saves. So Dan Dawson, I think, for San Diego offensively has really been the story early. Walters has seen a lot of action out there. He's got it right now, number 22, the newest Seal. Swings it for Dawson, who's on an island out there. And his pass intercepted. This might set something up for Colorado the other way. We shall see. They hurry ahead with Capito, who finds a cutter, and Chiliano makes the stop.
And that's dangerous. Joey Capito is deadly in transition. If you're going to get your pass picked off by anybody, you don't want it to be Joey Capito.
Well, then the Seals dodge a bullet late in the first period, tied at 2. Still looking for their first lead with possession here. Kind of back down and a screen. Jackson finds a cutter, and Ward makes the high save on, who was that who shot it for San Diego?
Buchanan.
Buchanan on that far side from us here. In transition, Jeremy Noble. Left of the crease now with Killen, who had that early goal. Seals did a good job defensively, and that's deflected. Final seconds on the shot clock, and that'll be a violation.
Good job by McIntosh on that sequence.
Remember how good the defensive effort was in the first half last weekend against Saskatchewan. Just 3 goals allowed.
3-2 game at the half, a goaltender and a defensive battle.
But then it just unraveled in the third. That's been the story at times for San Diego in this inaugural season. Walters trying to create for himself. Up high, shot, and it's deflected. And the Mammoth have it. So it didn't get all the way through, coming from Kelly.
And Kelly's been so hot of late. 7 goals in his last 2 games. Earned him to start tonight.
Yeah, Rookie of the Week a couple of weeks ago in the NLL. Final 90 seconds now of the first. Mammoth have led twice by a goal. We're tied up at 2. Shot in front, and again, Chiliano is there to make the denial in front. And now the Seals run ahead. Not with numbers, though, so Cleland will slow it up.
Colorado, a good job of sorting and getting back in there.
About a minute to play, so we'll see how San Diego does here in the final minute of this first quarter. Getting a screen from Dawson, and Dawson gets it back, and then Ward makes an incredible save.
We've got a delayed penalty on Colorado, probably a hold in there.
Now Buchanan set up Dawson, and then Ward makes the save, but San Diego is going to go on the power play for the first time tonight with 53 seconds to play. Here's another look at it.
Yeah, holding the stick penalty there. So it'll be interesting to see the Seal power play in action tonight. Coming in tonight at 45.9, so just under 50%.
Can they get a late first quarter goal here? Dawson swings it. Jackson off the post. By the way, it's Hope that goes off for 2 minutes with that holding the stick violation. And now the difference between the clocks about 10 seconds.
Tough break for Jackson on that shot.
Well, the Seals have hit post twice in the first quarter. They did so very early on that bouncer, and then Jackson there. Colorado trying to whittle down this clock and maybe get an opportunity on the power play, or on the penalty kill, excuse me. And they'll just dump this thing into the corner in the final 10 seconds. So the Seals are going to have to hurry. And they do. And the pass in front. Will they get a shot off or not? No, they don't. They needed an extra second and don't get it off. So the first quarter comes to an end with San Diego and Colorado tied at 2. The power play continues after this. This is the NLL on PR Live. Join Devin Caney and Renee Washington this week, taking you inside the action on Inside the NLL every Tuesday at 3 Pacific on BR Live. John Schaefer, Doug Locker back at Pechanga Arena here in San Diego, where Colorado and San Diego are tied at 2 after one period. And Doug, through 15 minutes, anything stick out here on the box score?
No, everything's as even as the score. Shots are 11-10 in favor of Colorado. The only disparity is in the face-off X.
Yep.
Where Cleland is 1 for 5 and Tim Edwards is 4 of 5.
Well, that's important over the course of 60 minutes if that were to keep up, obviously.
Yeah, it's extra possessions, and as we've seen, when a team's trying to come back late or preserve their runs, it's important to win those faceoffs to get that initial possession.
And this one's really important because San Diego's still on a power play. So
about a minute and 8 seconds left in that.
So if Cleland wins this, maybe get an additional chance or so on the power play. So Cleland in there with Edwards on the dot. And it is loose to Colorado. So they are 5 for 6. Well, this thing's still loose. Yeah, 5 for 6.
This will give Colorado an opportunity to try to take 30 up, but they turn the ball over.
That's a careless mistake.
And ironically,
right there.
Cleland gets the ball.
Yeah, unbelievable how it works. That was an unforced error, really. They could have easily held that ball there. Let's see if the Seals can capitalize on the power play with Billings at the top of it. Quick passing, 5-on-4 advantage. Trying to move it from side to side, and the handle was lost there by Evans. Just popped out of his stick.
Just kind of came out of his stick funny as he was looking to give the ball back to Billings.
And Colorado can kill this off. As the difference is well, about identical between the shot clock and the power play. So Colorado just content to try something here late, down a man, and they will not get a shot off. It rebounds ahead for Dawson, and the Seals will have it on the restart, and Hope fell down out of the box. Seals did not get a shot off on that power play. What's going on here?
Let's get
too many men?
Let's get the officials' call. They may have come out of the box too soon. The trail official was right on it.
Just underway in the second. With 13:50 to play now in the second quarter. So do we get clarification or not? We have a special guest with us here in the second quarter. Paul, how you doing? John Schaefer.
Great.
Good to meet you. Pop that headset on.
All right, you got it.
So right now, what are they looking at right now, Doug?
Well, I think he came out of the box too soon. Are still waiting for an explanation. They don't have anything up on the board.
All right, so we'll get some clarification. There's Patrick Merrill, and on the restart, the Seals still have the advantage, and now the man comes.
So, John, they were just locking him in for an extra second or two.
So now we're even strength. We got a special guest with us here in the booth as well, Paul Rabel. It's a pleasure to have you here in San Diego tonight. And thanks for swinging by on BR Live.
I appreciate that. He was out way too soon.
Is that what it was?
That's
So
exactly
early,
it.
and
Yeah,
then that shot
snuck out of the
sailed
box.
by. Paul, great
Is that
to have
Todd
you.
LeBranch down there making that call? LeBranch. He's always on it.
What brings you down to San Diego? Now a lot of these players are going to be in the league coming up this summer that you're part of, right?
Yeah. I mean, I love this game, and so I live in LA, and finally got an opportunity to make the trip.
Diving try from behind the net, and Chiliano keeps it out. So let's start with the venture you have going on this summer. Tell us about that league coming up.
Yeah, so we announced the Premier Lacrosse League in October. A lot of guys out here playing, a lot of guys that are in the venue here that aren't playing on the floor tonight are also playing. There you go, Billings.
Billings gives the Seals the lead for the first time tonight.
And Garrett Billings was hungry for that one, John. As you know, he got shut out last week in that loss to Saskatchewan.
There's another look at it.
Nothing really fancy, just kind of gets to the middle of the floor and lets it go.
Yeah, but that high bouncer is incredible. I actually played against Billings back in college. He was at University of Virginia when I was at Hopkins, and he's been tearing this league up for a long time.
It's good to see him back, too.
It's great to see him back.
He's had a heck
It's good
of
to
a
be
year.
back with you, Doug.
Good to be back.
Doug drafted me to this league.
That's incredible. You
Back
were taken
in the
first
day.
overall. Yeah.
I don't think I was first. I was second, right?
Second. Okay.
Yeah.
Second overall.
First in our hearts, Paul.
Hey, I had no ego around it. I was just excited to be out here.
Paul Rabel with us here in the booth. San Diego leading now for the first time tonight by a score of 3-2. Mammoth possession, even strength. So really the opportunity in the PLL is a great opportunity for some of the guys in the NLL as well.
100%. And we look at pro lacrosse as both indoor and outdoors. So first thing we did when we announced the PLL was update the seasonality of it. So we start on June 1. For a long time, as long as I've been playing, and I mentioned Doug and I, as he was the GM of the teams that I played on, we always had that overlap. So outdoor pro lacrosse began in April, so we shifted that. Our model's different. We're tour-based. What we're watching right here is a traditional city-based model in team sports. So we were able to adjust the season schedule by tweaking the actual business model, and we hope to continue to be really complementary with the best players in the world that play indoor and outdoor.
And it's a great opportunity for guys to be able to play year-round.
As the Mammoth tie it up, it's Brad Self weaving in and scoring on Chiliano.
And Self, one of those guys with Vitarelli and McLaughlin out of the lineup. Self's one of those guys that they're rotating through, getting a lot of shifts on O. And you see it pays off here. Selfer's been in the league a long time. Really shoots the ball
he's
from
playing
the
out
wrong
of both
side of his
gates.
floor, yeah.
Paul, what have you thought of the growth of the game, especially out west? I mean, in California, this sport's becoming a very big game, obviously.
Yeah, no doubt. California is a top 5 participatory market in way of youth growth. And we're seeing continued expansion, both men's and women's lacrosse, indoor, outdoor lacrosse, youth, high school, college. So this is an awesome market, I think, for both the San Diego Seals and our headquarters for the PLLs in LA.
All right, we're tied up here at 3, and now delayed penalties, so the Mammoth will be up here 6-on-5 as Ward goes off. So San Diego will be on the penalty kill for the second time tonight in a critical game in the West. Seals need a win to secure a home playoff game. Mammoth need a win to get in, and Chiliano makes the save. But again, Colorado is going to be a man up here with 11:09 to play in the second quarter. What are some of the challenges for American players playing this box game? What have been traditionally the challenges of doing that?
Well, Kyle Hartzell, who's done a great job, and he's transitioned well both from outdoor to indoor and vice versa. I think I'll start on the defensive end mentioning him. It's actually a pretty inverse position in that you're covering more ground. Your stick has to be really active. You can't be as aggressive in a one-on-one scenario. Brody Merrill is the king of this sport defensively, as he plays two different styles, indoor and outdoor, when he's on defense. But the constant is he picks up every loose ball. So that's defense. I'll let you guys get back to this situation here. As
Colorado takes the lead on a quick goal once again from Brad Self.
Brad Self, instant impact tonight. The last two goals, one on the power play, one 5-on-5, gives a big boost to this Colorado offense.
10:48 to play in the second, and the Mammoth on the power play, that quick strike from Self, who's got back-to-back goals.
And they've got to be really happy with what they're seeing on that power play. Stewart also at the top of the power play, not a traditional low guy, but very versatile player. Stewart at the top, they've got Self on the left side.
If you notice both of Self's shots there, he's been able to leave the ball and almost wrap it around far side with that three-quarter release, which is difficult for a goalie to save versus an overhand shot in the indoor game. The most talented shooters are able to actually change their level and wrap the ball around, even if it goes to the same corner. That sidearm release got by Siciliano there.
So we talked about the adjustment that Kyle Hartzell would make. What about Joe Walters?
Yeah, so then we talk defense. The offense is also different. I mean, you got to put the ball in the net. You've got to have great stick work. You've got to be reactive, and your vision has to be sharp. But this game's played a lot more like basketball with the pick and roll happening so often, and a lot of the shooting areas being in such tight spaces. Look like we got something over here. Maybe
another delayed penalty with a Mammoth player down in the middle of the floor right now, and they will whistle it dead at 10:01. So for Colorado, Jeremy Noble is down right now.
That's a tough break for Colorado. Noble again in his first game since early March.
That's right. His only goals this year coming against San Diego all the way back in December. And now a seal goes off in McIntosh.
Let's take a look at the hit here. Didn't get him up high, really got him as he was turning his body, got him in the back, but it was pretty late. So we'll see what they give Garrett McIntosh here. It's going to be a 5-minute major.
Wow.
Oh, so it is a 5-minute major. Wow.
So that's a huge break for Colorado. Not only is it the 5 minutes where the Seals have got to play a lot of defense, but the Mammoth can score 2 goals before that penalty is released.
So 5 minutes. And what is officially an elbow. So Colorado already leading by a goal and now man up. So you guys ready for this summer?
We are. We're excited. I'm having trouble answering a lot of these questions, being mesmerized by this game. Yeah.
Quick passing and a good save there by Siciliano. Might have been off a piece of a defender.
I think the power play in indoor lacrosse is one of the finest works of art that our sport has, because it's in such tight quarters. You see the point player going forehand, backhand, a lot of quick sticks. So it's always good to watch. And here's Brody.
A long outlet pass, but that becomes a turnover as Colorado gets it right back.
Merrill snuck behind the defense just for a split second. Siciliano put it right on his stick.
I thought it was a good play and recovery by
excellent play,
Mammoth. Had Brody held on to it for a half-second longer, they may have drawn a penalty.
Mammoth looking for their first 2-goal lead of the night. Quick shot, and Siciliano is there to cover it up and make the save.
So I talked about Self's 2 goals, and that was the last point that I'd make around playing offense in this league versus outdoor, is that the goalies fill up so much net and they actually only hold on to the stick with one hand, which I'll tell you why it's different. In field lacrosse, if you get a goalie to lean in one direction, both of their hands on the stick, the other side of the net is open. So if you put it there, it goes in. One of my first lessons playing indoor was I got the goalie to lift his stick side, and then I shot the near side, and his other arm lifted up and blocked it. So virtually in indoor lacrosse, you can hit a corner, but it's likely to be saved. In outdoor lacrosse, if you hit the corner, it's going to go in.
Paul, great to see you. Thanks so much for swinging by. Again, Paul.
That's it.
All right, Colorado leading San Diego by a score of 4-3. Let's get to our NLL Wired.
I think Billy's trying to pull it up right now. Hey, are you pulling up that east-west pick? Billy? You pulling up that east-west? Hold that open.
All right, so the Mammoth on this major power play with the 5-on-4 advantage. John Schaefer, Doug Locker. Oh, quick pass, but not completed successfully. Can the Seals cover this thing up? They do. So San Diego with the ball.
Nice loose ball by Holden to get it up floor. One thing I'm noticing on this power play right away is how active Brad Self is. Like, they're relying on him quite a bit, and he's getting good looks, good opportunities.
He's had a couple of goals here in the second quarter as the Mammoth have taken the lead. And Doug, it's been a good start on the penalty kill for the Seals.
Absolutely, and this will be a big one.
Huge. Man, if they can kill all 5 of it, it'd be massive. Buchanan's shot is deflected out, so it will stay with San Diego. That's a huge break right there.
Another opportunity to kill 30. Big break for San Diego.
San Diego had that brief lead, but Colorado scoring on the power play now leads 4-3, and they're on this 5-minute major right now against San Diego's Garrett McIntosh. And Doug, this is a situation where you're trying to get an opportunity, but very late in the clock, right?
Absolutely.
There's a low-to-low shot that finds the back of the net on the penalty kill.
Very fortuitous bounce. Ward actually made the save. It just kind of trickled by him. He couldn't locate the ball fast enough.
Well, what a huge turn of events as Jackson strikes to tie the score on the penalty kill midway through the second.
Jackson just taking the shot late in the clock. Again, Ward makes the save. It just kind of squirms by him. And Jackson with his 34th goal of the year and a shorthanded goal for San Diego.
From Joe Walters, who gets the assist, the newcomer for the Seals. And if you're Ward, it feels like that ball, you know, you have a chance to cover it up, but he could not.
Slow motion train wreck.
Exactly.
Big goal for San Diego, though.
Now can they win a face-off? It's loose on the near side boards. And the Mammoth have it. Again ahead. Or playing a man up here with still 2 minutes on this power play. Seals hoping to kill off a 5-minute major where they've already scored here on the penalty kill. A shot fake, and then Chiliano's able to make the save.
Yeah, that may have gone off the pipe, John. I'm not sure.
Look at that pass ahead. Cleland near that restraining line on the near side.
Again, I think if you're San Diego here, eat some clock, right?
Then see if you can find a chance late in the clock and maybe take the lead. So a near perfect penalty kill so far. With that shorthanded goal, they've killed off nearly 4 minutes. And this back and forth affair tied at 4. Loose ball, and the Mammoth have it.
Just popped out of Kelly's stick, and his stick actually broke as he goes off the floor.
Still a minute to kill off for San Diego. Remember, the Seals last week scored just 2 first-half goals. They've got 4 already tonight. Playing without Austin Stotts for a second consecutive week. Behind the back, shot deflected in front, loose. Shot clock at 3. Seals have it with Hartzell.
What an effort by Brody Merrill there.
Hartzell ahead, and Belgrave collects, but a moment too late. Belgrave nearly had the breakaway on the penalty kill as the Seals look for their second shorthanded here.
And now the differential is about 20 seconds left. So the penalty, 10 seconds left on the clock.
Handful of seconds away from killing off 5 minutes, Doug. Huge momentum building period. From outside, Ward makes the save there on Walters. So the power play will come to an end, and San Diego kills that off. 5 minutes.
Absolutely huge kill for the Seals. Not only killing the penalty, but getting a shorthanded goal of their own.
Under 5 minutes to play in the second. It's been a very good one tonight from Pechanga. Here in San Diego, that shot, or excuse me, pass is behind the target. Seals have it. Seals racing ahead. Hartzell, or excuse me, Merrill. Back for Billings, who will bounce it to the far sideline. Neither team has led by more than a goal in the first half in this back and forth affair. Now Billings shoots, and it's wide of Ward. Saved by Evans. 7 to shoot. Evans, Kelly, and that shot is saved by Ward. It's still loose. On the near side boards, Colorado's got it.
And again, I love seeing Connor Kelly being more active offensively. Seems like he's got a lot more confidence now coming off of the last 2 weeks, again, where he had 7 goals.
Yeah, again, there's just more opportunities now in the absence of Stotts, and Kelly has taken advantage of that. As we get a whistle, and this will be procedural against Colorado. So 3:52 to play in the half. San Diego and Colorado are tied at 4. You're watching the NLL on BR Live. Come see your playoff-bound Seals in the final regular season home game here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The Seals host Buffalo next Saturday, April 27th. Come to our house to cheer on your team and dive in with tickets starting at just $15. Reserve your seats today at SealsLax.com. That's SealsLax.com. So tied up, Seals possession in those black uniforms tonight. Billings on the near side. Billings slings it, and it's wide of Ward, but it's saved by Evans. Shot clock winding down. Mammoth get it off the turnover late in the clock.
So, John, we knew this was going to be a tight game coming in. Colorado leading in terms of goals against per year. Dylan Ward in net.
Yeah, Ward has been good tonight. Remember, the last 5 games he's played, he's been outstanding. There's Chiliano able to make the body save from point-blank range. Loose ball, and the Mammoth cash in, or do they?
We're going to get a tripping penalty that's going to go against Colorado. Noble's going to go to the box. I don't think he's too happy about that. But needless to say, San Diego will take the power play.
Well, what a break here late in the second quarter, right? They kill off 5 minutes. Now they get a power play late.
Number 35.
Well, the other thing, John, is in the last 2 games that Colorado's played, they haven't given up a power play goal. So they're, I think, 6 of 6 over the last 2 weekends. So it'll be interesting to see if San Diego can break that seal.
San Diego looking for their first power play goal tonight. They did have that short-handed goal. Tripping penalty against Noble. 2-minute minor. 3 minutes to play here in the first half. Tied at 4 from San Diego. Billings in front with that pass behind the net. Up high, Jackson. Jackson slings it and scores.
That breaks the seal. Real good patience by San Diego on the power play. Good ball movement. Jackson low to high beats Ward.
So that penalty kill streak is over for Colorado on the Jackson strike. And San Diego has their second lead tonight on the Casey Jackson goal.
And John, as we march toward the postseason, one of the important elements of success in the postseason are specialty teams. So it's nice to see San Diego get a power play goal. Nice to see him kill off the 5-minute. Nice to see him generate a goal shorthanded.
Jackson second tonight, his 35th of the season. Mammoth will win the faceoff. Back to even strength, under 3 minutes to play in this second quarter. Back and forth game. And neither team is led by more than a goal tonight. Seals with a victory lock up a home playoff game. This is Wittig. Swings it far side. That shot wide of Chiliano and out of play. It's been a near perfect second, or at least the last 10 minutes of the second quarter, Doug, for San Diego. really responded well. Again, did not play well last weekend against Saskatchewan here at Pechanga. Now Kelly, and a whistle and a delayed penalty coming up against the Mammoth.
We're going to get a holding the stick penalty. They tore the stick right out of Dan Dawson's hands.
So for the second time in as many minutes, the Mammoth will be shorthanded. John Lintz goes off, voicing his displeasure with the call. And this power play could take us to the end of the second quarter, although the Seals hope to score on it and stretch their lead to 2 for the first time.
Colorado number 86, 2 minutes holding the stick, 2 minutes unsportsmanlike.
So the only way to stop Dan Dawson.
So obviously Lintz had a little bit too much to say to Todd LeBranch. So it'll be 2 penalties on Lintz, two for holding the stick and 2 for unsportsmanlike.
So the Mammoth showing some frustration, unable to score on that major, and now giving up the power play goal, and now back to the penalty kill for Colorado with under 2 minutes to play.
And it'll be important here to see if San Diego can score within the first 2 minutes to get that opportunity to get 2 goals here during this power play opportunity.
Oh, great play in transition there to break it up and give San Diego another shot with Billings.
Reinhold all hustle there coming off the bench to make that play.
That's how you win close games. Get another possession out of it. Dawson behind the net. Dawson with the fake. Up high Buchanan. Billings now behind the back. Well, very good creativity, and Billings is going to keep it in front, and Ward makes an incredible save. What a save by Ward. He got his foot on it somehow. I'll tell you, San Diego is looking good right now on this power play.
Evans with a great opportunity down on the crease. And it looks like what we're going to do is we're going to get a push. Going to give the ball back to San Diego.
Oh, the Seals are having great looks right now on the power play. A man up. Dawson at the head of it. Dawson behind the back, Billings. Cross floor. Back for Dawson. Off the mark, in front, and Ward again makes the save. Second chance, though, for the Seals. They've had it at this end the entire power play. Dawson weaving in, using a screen, firing, and it's off the side of Ward and wide of the net, but Jackson's able to keep it.
Seals going to get another reset here.
Final 30 seconds of the half. Behind the back shot from Billings into the body of Ward, who covers this up.
Ward just letting time expire.
And will likely be able to bring it to the end of the half now for Colorado, as we get a timeout on the floor with 12 seconds to play. Well, what activity for San Diego in the power play, yet they haven't cashed in yet.
Yeah, some great looks for the Seals on that power play opportunity.
So 5-4 San Diego. Let's go down to the floor and reintroduce. Actually, we're going to keep it up here. 5-4 San Diego, timeout on the floor. And even if the Seals don't score here, which they likely won't, obviously, with Colorado possessing, they will start the second half with the power play opportunity.
And Colorado will pull Dylan Ward for the final 12 seconds.
To be even.
Play 5-on-5.
And in that scenario, you're not shooting until what, the final few seconds?
Yeah, they'll probably take it down to 8. They'll get down to 7 or 8 before they start their rotation.
Well, it's been a really good 10 minutes for San Diego. They killed off that major, scored a shorthanded goal, and now lead 5-4. All right, so Colorado out of the timeout with 12 seconds. Still has their goalkeeper in net, in Dylan Ward. See if he races out immediately on the restart here. There he goes, although there's a double. And now Ward's going to fire this down floor. And it's bounding around in the final seconds, and a chance in front, and Chiliano makes the save.
Huge save by Chiliano.
Wow.
Yeah, great save by Frank.
So 5-4 San Diego at the break. What a really exciting second quarter there for the Seals specifically, and Chiliano really standing on his head there late to keep San Diego out in front by a score of 5-4. So 30 minutes are in the books. Again, San Diego needs a win to secure a home playoff game. Colorado needs a win to get to the postseason here in 2019. Game was tied at 2 after 1. San Diego outscoring the Mammoth in that second quarter by a score of 3-2. So in a moment, I do believe we're going to be joined by Pat Coyle, the head coach of Colorado, with Tully Anderson on floor. And we'll wait for that for a moment, but we'll take a timeout, actually. We'll take a timeout. Halftime coverage after this break. It's 5-4 San Diego right here on BR Live.
Welcome back to BR Live. Seals are ahead 5-4. With Austin Stotts out for the rest of the season, the Seals have looked for a veteran and brought in Joe Walters.
Going down, we needed some help on the left side, and Joe is a proven player in this league. He's a really dynamic player.
There's a shot and a goal. Walters just steps in one, rips it under the arm of Aaron Bold, and it's an early 1-0 lead for the Rochester Nighthawks.
He's not a rookie coming in trying to figure out where he fits. He's going to find that out right away, and he's going to be able to contribute right away.
He's also a guy that's won championships in this league, and we think that's really important for our group going into the playoffs.
There he is. It's there.
37-year-old Dan Dawson is playing his 16th NLL season. The veteran has not only kept up with the kids, he's been a leader on the floor, and he's among the Seals leaders in goals and assists.
He's excelled, and I think he embraced the role to resurrect his career, and I think he hurt a lot of people that suggested his career was over and wanted to prove him wrong.
Shot clock at 10. Dawson still has it. On the ground, shoots and scores!
I don't know how that happened because it looked like he was held and spun around. Still manages to get the shot off.
He's really had a great season so far personally, and I know from being in our locker room, from a leadership side, he's really brought a lot to our team and really taught our young guys a lot that we're going to move forward with as this team grows.
We're kind of a team that, you know, personally, it's a new superstar every night. That's the only way we're going to be successful, and we get contributions from everybody out the outdoor.
He came into camp, you know, in better shape than most of the guys that were, you know, a lot younger than him, and I think that's really paid off for him at this stage in the season.
Final seconds. Dawson shoots and scores! Oh my!
I was happy to be able to be around and watch that for the Seals. And for all of our fans to have that opportunity to see, you know, a true Hall of Famer finish his career in a great expansion market and have the opportunity to play at the highest level and be in the playoffs with an expansion team, and he's a big part of that.
Does Dan see another season in his future?
There's no doubt about it. Me and my wife actually had that conversation. I'll be back in this league next year 100%, and definitely every time I'm out here, I'm falling more and more in love with the area and the organization. So, but we'll address that once the season's done, but in the back of my mind, I'd like to come back for one more year.
Billings underneath. Dawson outside. Dawson fakes. Dawson scores!
What a goal by Dan Dawson, John.
Dawson has led by an example, and if you include tonight, he's played in 17 games this season. San Diego hopes to see him again in a Seals uniform. Back up to you, John.
All right, Tully. So again, we saw Walters and Dawson. And Doug, what have you seen from Walters tonight in the Seals debut?
Well, I like what I'm seeing in terms of his aggression and his brain power. You know, and I think that's something that the Seals hope they would get with the 10-year veteran. 3 NLL championships under his belt. A guy who brings a lot of savvy and a lot of smarts to the game, and just what the doctor ordered with the injury to Stotts.
All right, we'll have first half highlights coming up next. Halftime coverage continues after this. You're watching the NLL on BR Live. Welcome back to Pechanga Arena, where San Diego leads Colorado at the break by a score of 5-4. John Schaefer, Doug Locker, and those first half stats, Doug, pretty even among these two teams.
Pretty even, and the two things that I would say stand out. One, the face-offs, the graphic is a little off. Colorado's won 9 of 11. San Diego's won 2 of 11. So a little bit of a disparity there in terms of the face-offs. The power plays, again, good sign for the Seals. Colorado also adding one. And I think the play of Frank Scigliano, a little over 80%.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. San Diego trailed this game early 2-1, but Dan Dawson created something out of nothing with this incredible play to extend an opportunity for the Seals. Then they cashed in.
Just hard work and brains to get the loose ball along the boards, keep it in his possession, and Turner Evans, the recipient of the goal.
Yeah, Evans buried it, and then San Diego later would take a 3-2 lead. However, the Mammoth would tie the score up at 3. That coming from Self. He had a pair of goals, Doug, in the first half. One tied it at 3, and then the next one gave the Mammoth the lead at 4-3.
Right, Self had an even strength goal and a power play goal to bring to extend the lead to 4-3 Mammoth.
But then San Diego shorthanded on a 5-minute major. This really changed the complexion of the game potentially. Casey Jackson.
Casey Jackson with the dribbler by Ward, and then comes right back and scores on the power play in this next highlight, which was a huge goal for San Diego. Power play ripper low to high that beats Ward top corner.
Came with 2:40 to play in the first half, and it has given San Diego their current 5-4 lead. So we'll take a timeout, come back with the second half. It's yours next. You're watching the NLL right here on BR Live. The NLL on BR Live is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com to see how much you could save.
Live, the score is 5-4. Seals are up. Pat Coyle was low scoring first half. What are you going to tell your team?
We're sort of used to these low scoring games, sort of pride ourselves on our defense. We need to get to their net a little more, but I thought, we had a good start, and we just have to stay out of the box.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, so Pat Coyle with Tolly Anderson. And Doug, Pat, I think, has to be pleased with where his team is. They play low-scoring games. Here they are trailing by just a goal on the road, 5-4.
Well, and he said it. They're used to playing these low-scoring games.
All right, so here comes Ward and the Mammoth back out onto the floor as we'll get this second half underway tonight in San Diego. And I don't think you can overstate it. It's important for both teams. San Diego needs a win to potentially extend their season even longer with a home playoff game. Colorado needs a win because they want to get into the final tournament, the final 8 teams left in the NLL.
And at the end of the day, teams want to do their own work. They want to win their way in. And both teams faced with the same situation. Colorado, they win, they're in on their own.
Right.
They don't have to worry about anything else. San Diego, they win, they get the 2 spot and a home playoff game locked up. They don't have to scoreboard watch tomorrow's game in Calgary.
Well, San Diego, Doug, in third quarters this year, are they minus 11? Do I have that right?
Minus 11.
So they've been outscored by 11 goals in the third, including last week against Saskatchewan, where the Rush really took command of the game in the third quarter here.
Right. So this is obviously a very pivotal 15 minutes for San Diego.
It is. And really for both of these teams, if Colorado wants to leave tonight with a win.
And I think psychologically, like, the Seals guys know that their third quarter has not gone well. So emotionally, they want to put a good third quarter behind them so that they got the confidence that, they've got it beat.
Tim Edwards alongside Clellan there on the dot. And the Seals win the faceoff. Remember, Clellan was 2 for 11 in the first half. Great sign to start the third, and they're on the power play still.
Super important win of that draw to put the Seals on the power play.
Look at Dawson right in front and scoring off the faceoff win.
And Dawson left naked, really. Kind of some issues sorting by Colorado.
Dan Dawson has been A+ tonight for San Diego.
Yeah, he's been a monster, and I said it earlier, and this is where the addition of Dawson, of Billings, really, of Merrill, really start to come through. Leadership, experience, poise. They're gonna will these guys forward.
So power play goal for San Diego for the second time tonight against Colorado. And that third quarter trouble starts well for San Diego with a goal.
Yeah, I think the only unfortunate thing is the time of the goal came at 1:58.
Right, not outside of 2 minutes.
So I know the Seals will take it.
I think he'll take the goal. So the Seals, 17 seconds into the third quarter, have themselves a 2-goal lead for the first time. This is the first time either team has led by 2 goals tonight. And that was off of Colorado, so not over and back against San Diego there.
I know the Seals would love nothing more than to go on a big third quarter run here.
Yeah, because
so
again,
important.
Yeah, they've been plagued by this third quarter. We'll see if they can turn the tides on it, and they do with the bouncer from Buchanan. 2 goals in the first 48 seconds.
Well, and I feel bad because I didn't include Buchanan in the veteran category, but there's another guy stepping up for Patrick Merrill and his squad. Buchanan, a nice little bouncer, low to high, beats Ward, and the Seals extend the lead to 3.
Doug, it doesn't look like the same offense right now than the one we saw last week. And again, you sense that. You said it might take a week of adjustments in the absence of Stotts for them to figure out really their new roles offensively as a unit.
Well, I think it does, and I think the other thing in talking to some of the coaches, I think they maybe felt like they carried that doubleheader loss a little bit too far into the next week.
Interesting.
So now the karma of the squad is a lot more positive. They're a lot more relaxed. As Patrick says, they're back to normal, and we've got a delayed penalty coming up to the Seals.
Yeah, so 6-on-5 right now as Ward comes off. The Mammoth playing a man up, trailing by 2 goals. By the way, Dan Dawson gets an assist there on that goal from Buchanan. There's a cutter in front. Defended well. Shot clock at 5. Chiliano smothers that. But Colorado goes on the power play with 13:41 to play in the third. So back-to-back goals. The Seals have a 3-goal lead trying to complete a season sweep now as McIntosh goes off.
McIntosh goes off for the hold.
Earlier went off for the 5-minute major. I think it's an important power play right now for Colorado, trailing by 3. Hoping to get back into it here after allowing 2 quick ones. Lee. Up high now for Killen, who had that early goal. Shot is wide. It's out past the restraining area with 4 to shoot. Killen all the way outside, and that will not draw iron. And we get a violation. So the Seals will have it on the restart here. Shorthanded at 4-on-5, but remember they had that earlier shorthanded goal from Casey Jackson.
So again, the Seals will look to take a little bit of time. I'd imagine wind the clock down, try to go late in the shot clock.
Here is Walters back in the NLL for the first time in 3 seasons after spending training camp with the Seals here in 2019. But signed earlier this week. That's off the stick of Dawson and into the stick of the goalkeeper Ward.
Yeah, they tried to post Dawson up.
He's so good in that spot. Backing down on defenders. Seen that a couple of times here tonight. So the Mammoth have about 45 seconds left on this power play. Killen on this near side. Wide of the crease, deflected and stolen away by San Diego's Brody Merrill. Doing what he does best. Now he loses the handle and ends up getting stripped by Jeremy Noble. So a last chance for Colorado now on the power play. Still with 20+ seconds. Seals thought they had killed it off, but they turn it over. Again, they started with Killen. Up high. Killen gets it back, shoots, and scores.
Just trickles through Chiliano's legs.
Seals came to within 5 seconds of killing that off, and if not for a turnover, Colorado probably never gets that chance. But Killen strikes for a second time tonight on the power play. The Mammoth's second power play goal tonight.
Really good take by Killen. Big overhand shot. Squibs by Chiliano. But they all count, John.
They do, and that was an important goal for Colorado, ending that, was it a 4-goal run going back to the first half? It was, from 4-3 to 7-4. Assisted there on the play by Chris Wardle and Jeremy Noble. In the corner. couple of Seals. Pushed out and kept by the Mammoth. Rouet shoots high on Chiliano. He makes that shoulder save. And the Seals run the other way in those black uniforms tonight on their home floor. Sorichetti finds a cutter towards the net, and the low shot is saved by Ward. Seals led by a goal at the break. Their lead right now is 2. Crowd at Pechanga Arena here in San Diego, getting into it. Seals looking for a 10th win. Deflected. Save in front, and a save by Chiliano there on Wittig.
Dangerous take by Wittig. Really got to a nice shooting spot.
And the Seals here throw it
Chiliano
away.
made the save.
So the Seals give it right back to Colorado. Want to avoid those turnovers if you can here in the second half. They've had a couple in the first 5 minutes, including that costly one that led to a power play goal late in the power play with it winding down. Outside for Rouet. Rouet gets underneath. It's off the crossbar and saved by Chiliano. He somehow kept it out.
Very good save by Chiliano. Rouet got underneath Reinhold there. And if you're San Diego, John, again, you want to answer goals. You know, they want to get the next one.
See if they can do that here after giving up that power play goal. Billings tries to escape underneath, can't do so. Now back outside Walters. Walters spinning. Walters cut off, throws it outside. Low shot is wide from Buchanan. Shot clock at 2. That's wide. Excellent opportunities. They don't find the net, and we have a timeout on the floor. 7-5 San Diego. This is the NLL on BR Live.
Defense, get butt. Change to the bench. Don't run by the bench, because this is where we get bench assists. So just win that race here, and we'll get old guys off for easy looks, 2-on-1. And we gotta do a better job of scoring. Let guys run to the middle, pick guys up close. Hey, remember, communication's gonna be key, right? Let's get in, stay tight, calm down, lots of talk. Make sure we're picking up the late guy off the bench. That's it. Hey, that's a great.
All right, NLL Wired with Josh Sanderson. The Seals have opened up this 7-5 lead and looking for a turnover and forcing one. Well done, but we get a push, and this will stay now with Colorado. So that was Belgrave with the push in the back, so it stays with the Mammoth. Midway through this third quarter here at Pechanga Arena. John Schaefer, Doug Locker, glad you're with us here on BR Live. A little underneath move on Chiliano, and that shot, I believe, was high. Good idea there by Noble. Seals tonight have been better on offense than they were a week ago against the Rush. Remember, just 2 first-half goals. And tonight, the defensive effort has been very good as well.
Well, they're getting great goalie play by Frank Chiliano.
Yeah, you're right. Here's Jackson up high. Shot clock at 1, and they don't get a shot off there.
Good defense by the Mammoth.
They played some good defense since San Diego has scored their 7th goal. Mammoth fighting with Vancouver for that final playoff spot as Chiliano makes the outside save on Noble, but another chance now for Colorado with Rouet. Up high and a high shot. Seals have it with Ranford.
Good loose ball by Ranford on that play. McIntosh having a little bit of trouble handling it.
Bodies flying. Loose ball on the boards, and the Mammoth win it, I believe. Let's see. Now, a stoppage coming with 7:45 to play in the third, and were there too many men on the floor?
They're going to get the Mammoth for too many men.
Nice break for San Diego there. It looked like they were about to lose possession of the ball.
Well, those changes, you know, whenever there's a loose ball near the bench and guys are in the process of changing,
right?
It's a little bit of a cluster. You don't know whether to go, stay. Bench guys get screwed up if somebody starts to the bench and then stops to go after the loose ball. It's tough.
So an illegal substitution. San Diego scored twice on the power play tonight. That's the difference against this Mammoth team that had not allowed power play goals in consecutive games. Seals looking to add to their 2-goal cushion here. 5-on-4. Midway through the third with Dawson up high. Dawson outside, save made by Ward. Billings runs it down.
It'll be a fresh 30.
Yeah, that was off of Ward. Now Jackson back for Dawson. Dawson doesn't get through. It was knocked down by a Colorado defender, then stripped away by Buchanan. Buchanan still has it.
Great hustle play by Kyle Buchanan. It gets another reset.
Awesome play. Behind the bag. Out for Buchanan. Fires and scores!
What a great decision by Garrett Billings. Just kind of froze his defender, popped the ball out, and Buchanan buried it. But
So
Buchanan really started it all with the great loose ball on the end boards.
That's their third power play goal. And yet, like you said, Buchanan started it, then finished it. There have been a couple of goals like that tonight where you say, how on earth did they even start the play? Like the Dawson play when he was doubled on the boards, setting up a goal, and then Buchanan there forcing a turnover and then scoring to finish it off. And the assists on the play for San Diego for Dawson and Billings.
Really big goal for San Diego midway through the third.
So the Seals match their largest lead. Cleland loses this faceoff. And the Mammoth will have possession. Trailing by 3. It was a 1-goal lead for San Diego at the break. They actually trailed 4-3. So from that point forward, they're on a 5-1 run right now. Going back to the early portions of the second period. Mammoth have struggled to score since early second. Killen outside, unloads, and Chiliano's able to make that stop.
Boy, that's a dangerous play if you're a San Diego defender.
All that space.
Killen, who's immensely talented with all that time and room.
Now Walters back out there. Bouncing one far side. Jackson doesn't have a lane. Billings. Doubled, jarred loose, stick flies, and Billings is without the stick as they play ahead. Gillies without numbers, waiting for some help. Now Gillies goes off. Rouet now into the corner. Noble shoots, and that's wide. Kept in, though, by the Mammoth. Still looking for some offense without McLaughlin tonight, their leading scorer in terms of goals, assists, and points. Off the bench, breakaway or no. A fight behind the play. San Diego on a breakaway. Now we've got a fight behind the play, Doug.
Trying to see who's involved in that. It looks like Reinhold and Noble exchanging pleasantries.
Well, it got broken up before it really started. The crowd, of course, loves it here at Pechanga. And a couple of players are going to go off. I'll say this, though. If that didn't happen, the Seals had a breakaway opportunity at the other end.
Yeah, they sure did. And I didn't see how it started.
It started with Noble. I mean, Noble, at least from that video that we just saw, took the helmet off.
The Seals are going to have the ball.
So they'll offset, obviously.
Yeah, we're going to play 5-on-5.
Here's another look at it.
Woody makes a nice move to the net. Chiliano with the save. And it looked like on that quick replay that Reinhold was giving Noble the business a little bit, and Noble didn't like it.
Noble kind of went with the high cross check, and then helmets came off. Fighting ensued. and they're both in the box, 5-on-5. Shot and a goal for Jackson off the restart.
Have a year, Casey Jackson.
Have a night.
Little swing from Dawson to the other side of the floor to Jackson, who just goes down the alley and beats Ward.
He's got the hat trick. And we got a change in net now for Colorado.
Steve Fryer in net now for Colorado. And interesting is Fryer has started one game. That a 14-4 win over Vancouver this year. And he's come in relief of Dylan Ward in both San Diego games.
So now for a third time he's on in relief, as the Seals have gotten to Ward here in this third quarter. 4 goals already in the first 10 minutes. Bodies on the boards. Dan Dawson and Buchanan get assists on that goal from Jackson that just came.
And it's getting a little chippy down there.
It really is. And the third and final meeting in the regular season between these teams. They could theoretically meet in the postseason as well. Seals by 4 for the first time, Doug, and this quarter that has haunted them has been their beneficiary tonight. Can they add to it with Walters, who unloads, and Fryer there gets a piece of it. New shot clock. Dawson wants to start it. Back with Evans. Now Walters on this near side wing. Outside, a bouncer. And the Mammoth come away. Capito comes off. So Colorado.
And Fryer, a very good goalie. I mean, he's played 98 minutes or so. Saved almost 90% of his shots with a 5.4 goals against average. So they like him a lot, and he's done a real good job in relief for the Mammoth.
And Giuliano just made a really good save in front of the crease to preserve this 9-5 lead. 3:56 remaining in the third. Seals need a win to get a home playoff game. Stay with us. This is the NLL on BR Live. Outbound Seals in the final regular season home game here at Pechanga Arena, San Diego. The Seals host Buffalo next Saturday, April 27th. Come to our house to cheer on your team and dive in with tickets starting at just $15. Reserve your seats today at sealslax.com. That's sealslax.com. Seals tonight have it going. They lead by 4. That was nearly deflected in. Fryer got a piece of it. The ball's on the carpet, reserved by the Mammoth, who run out now with Tim Edwards. Edwards spinning without numbers. And that's slowing it up. Seals just about 20 minutes away from a 10th win. What a season it's been for Patrick Merrill's team this year in their first season in the NLL. A win means no worse, Doug, than second in the West, and still a chance at first.
And it's hard to tell for which team this game is more important for, because they're both playing with a playoff atmosphere tonight.
Billing swings it for Walters, making his Seals debut tonight, and he fires high and off the dashers right to the Mammoth. I like the way Walters has played tonight.
I do too.
It's very comfortable, right?
I was just going to say, I don't mind the fact that he's taken some shots. We haven't seen a goal yet, but it shows me that he's getting comfortable.
Yeah. I think the shots he's taken have been good ones. They haven't been forced.
Exactly.
He's had some looks. About 2 minutes to play. Killen behind the back, and that doesn't get through. Killen's had the best offensive night tonight for a Mammoth team that has really struggled on offense this year, and now they're without their leading scorer as well, Ian McLaughlin, who they lost due to injury in their last game, which was a loss. Each team coming in on losing skids. The Seals have dropped 3 straight. The Mammoth each of their last 2. Dawson for Jackson. Jackson the hat trick. That low to midsection shot is saved by Fryer.
Fryer saw that all the way.
He did, all the way ahead. Big hit open chance and an answer for the Mammoth, who pulled to within 3. It's now 9-6. It's Jeff Wittig.
Good ball movement by the Mammoth in transition. Jeff Wittig, who's been a great addition to this Mammoth lineup since he started about midway through the season, has given them a big lift throughout the season and gets one tonight.
So Wittig beats Scigliano for just the 6th time tonight. It keeps the Mammoth very much
minutes away from a home playoff game. For Colorado, 15 minutes away from earning a berth in the 2019 NLL playoffs.
And I think if you're Patrick Merrill or the Seals organization, you would have signed up for a first-year top 2 seed in the West at the start of the year. And they've had a very good year. But they are trying to snap a 3-game losing streak tonight. A stick is on the ground as Merrill comes up with a loose ball and then nearly throws it away. Ball's on the board. Seals have it. Holding. Ahead. Holding. And a goal in front, or they wave it off. Crease violation. Who was it? Ryan Holt in front?
Ryan Holt. I know Patrick Merrill's looking for a replay. He's got the flag in his hand. And he's going to put it back in his pocket.
Yeah, I think the foot was on the white line of the crease, is what we saw from up here. So it stays a 9-7 game. What a game this has been. Seals led 9-5 a moment ago. Mammoth have scored 2 straight. That wraparound shot on Chiliano is easily saved.
Both teams are going to bring it for these 15 minutes. They both know what's on the line here. Both want to win their way in.
And the Seals turn it over with Ranford. There's another look at the goal that was called off. What do you think, Doug?
Pretty close. I can see why Patrick put the flag back in his pocket. They would have been charged with a timeout, which would have resulted in a penalty if they didn't get the challenge.
Billings on the near side, the creator for San Diego this year with all those assists. He was looking there for Kelly. Seals have turned this over a couple of times in the fourth. Can they regain possession? They're unable to do so.
Both teams working so hard for every loose ball.
Yeah, it seems like that right now. And all of the goals now will be magnified in the fourth in this 2-goal game. We thought the winner might only have 10, 11 goals tonight. That still could be the case. We'll see. Low shot on Chiliano, and he makes a sprawling 5-hole save and keeps it out on the shot there from Wittig. So the Seals won the third quarter, Doug, by a goal. Had been -11 on the year. Outside shot, Fryer. Fryer's been a nice spark plug, by the way, off the bench.
Fryer's done a good job, and he continues his pace. As we said, 98 minutes, goals against average of just over 5.
Played in every game against San Diego now this year, and he makes that outside save on Buchanan right into his body. Mammoth last led at 4-3 early in the second quarter. Trying to steal a game tonight on the road. They trailed by as many as 4 in the second half. Can they come all the way back and complete what would be a great comeback win tonight? In front, Chiliano gets his foot on it. And Clellan now leads a break without numbers. Clellan wants to start something here. Now they'll slow it up. So the Seals will change here. Underneath Kelly, and I think we'll have a delayed penalty, and it is against the Mammoth.
Hold. Yeah, hold on Kelly as he went to the crease.
All right, so we have a penalty against Colorado, and that is Scott Carnegie, who will go off for 2 minutes. San Diego 3 power play goals. Don't miss the NLL's newest show, NLL Flash, taking a closer look at the NLL's hottest topics and takes from an all-star cast of analysts from across North America every Wednesday at 4 Pacific on NLL.com.
Jackson with the take there.
So 2-minute power play. Again, Colorado's penalty kill's been very good recently, but the Seals have cracked it a few times tonight.
Man, I know it's early in the fourth, but the next goal is a big one, John.
Yeah, again, every goal is the 2-goal swing, but if you go up 3 as opposed to being up 1, it really changes the complexion of the final 10 or 11 minutes in this one. Self had a couple of goals back in the second quarter. He's got possession here. And this shot on Chiliano, low to high, is saved right into his body. So he's let you 7 in tonight. as Hartzell works this ball up over the timeline. Dawson, the creator, has been great tonight. Billings, that's off the helmet, I believe, or the back of a player. Jackson, back for Billings. Billings works his way in for Jackson. Shot off the mark, it was deflected. Shot clock at 2, they will not get a shot off. That could easily have been a penalty there. They don't call it as the stick got wrapped around the neck of Dawson.
Pretty surprised we didn't see a call there.
Seals still have just over 30 seconds on this power play, but Colorado can kill most of it off as they look for a shorthanded goal. Remember, San Diego had one earlier. Under 10 to play, folks. Settle in. Playoff implications in the West. Shot on Chiliano, nowhere near the net. As we get a whistle and a timeout on the floor. San Diego 9, Colorado 7. This is the NLL on BR Live.
Hey! I'm here. And my point was that was a dive. That was my point. Yeah, but that was a dive though down there.
Well, Dan Dawson just scored. Was it a power play goal or not? At the very end of the power play, regardless, the Seals have taken a 10-7 lead back to live action. We'll take another look at Dan Dawson getting the Seals into double digits.
Dawson with the huge face dodge. Put it by Fryer.
Well, you said the next goal was an important one,
Yeah,
and the Seals lead by 3.
Massive goal. Dawson having an amazing game tonight.
Yeah, it's been incredibly good. He goes top corner. Seals lead 10-7. And if it was on the power play officially, it would be their 4th tonight. 10-7 Seals. Inside 10 minutes to play. Trying to avoid a turnover, and they do with Merrill. But then had that deflected. Still loose. Seals have him. Goal was unassisted. Billings outside. That sails wide. Shot clock at 2. They'll just dump it in.
We've got a penalty call. Too many men. Waiting to see against who. Everybody looks kind of confused out there. Waiting to see who's going to be the offended party. Looks like it's going to be on San Diego.
San Diego penalty, 2 minutes illegal substitution.
Now, it gives Colorado a little more life. I mean, there's still 9:07 to play, but it gives them another opportunity here to get back to within 2 right away. Patrick Merrill on the bench looking for an explanation. So who will serve it? Clellan will serve it. 2-minute minor, too many men. Mammoth go up by a man here, 5-on-4.
And as you said, John, big opportunity for the Mammoth to get to within 2 with right about 9 minutes left to play.
They're 2 for 4 on the power play tonight. And here they are, up a man. Looking to pull to within 2. Shot on Chiliano. He makes the save and keeps it out. BR Live makes watching live sports easy. Download or visit to watch all of the National Lacrosse League action and more with BR Live. Midway through the 4th, San Diego has the only 4th quarter goal. They lead 10-7. They trailed 4-3, and from that point forward, they've outscored Colorado 7-3. Shot and a save made there by Fryer.
Good save by Fryer, a little hand save.
Just over a minute on this penalty kill now for San Diego. Self brings it across. Self works it in, up high, behind the back. Shot, sails wide, and that'll be an over and back. So maybe one more Colorado chance on this power play as San Diego can use the next 20 or 30 seconds to their advantage. Seals are less than 8 minutes away from a home playoff game, at the very least securing the #2 seed in the West. To secure the 1, they would need another win next weekend against Buffalo and a couple of Saskatchewan losses the next 2 weekends as well. Buchanan racing in, gets a shot off there late, and Fryer does well to get a save and a piece of that.
Good take by Buchanan, nice save by Fryer.
Last chance for Colorado on this power play. Shot from near the crease never came there from Killen. He's still holding. Power play is going to end. Killen behind the back, and Chiliano makes the save, and Cleland comes out, and we're back to even strength, the new shot clock. Colorado now 2 for 5 on the power play.
Big kill for San Diego.
This is Wardle. That deflects off of the Seals towards the net, and Chiliano in the right place at the right time.
Deflected off of Brody Merrill, and Chiliano, cat-like reflexes to keep that thing out of the net.
Yeah, it almost pinballed in the net, if not for Chiliano's really good reaction there.
Cat-like, John.
Cat-like, I like that. I grew up with a cat, I like it. Here's Billings. Billings was looking for Dawson, and they turn it over. And now a run-out opportunity for the Mammoth as they hurry ahead. Edwards in transition. Edwards tiptoeing, hits the post, doesn't score, was in the crease regardless.
We've got a too-many-men penalty at the back behind the play, and this one's going to go against Colorado. It looks like Colorado.
Oh, that is massive. First of all, Edwards didn't score.
Nah. It's going to go against San Diego.
Oh, it is going to go against
John.
San Diego. Okay. Well, Edwards had an excellent opportunity, but Chiliano and the post keeping it a 10-7 game. Cleland back into the box where he just was for too many men. I'll tell you this, if Colorado comes back and wins this game, they can thank
San
these
Diego
opportunities.
bench minor, illegal substitution.
So Colorado just on a 2-minute power play that was killed off. Now 6:16 to play. I mean, you get right back into it with the goal here.
Absolutely. Eternity of time left.
Yeah, 6:16. We saw a game earlier this year here against Philadelphia where the Seals scored, what, 6 goals in the final 4 minutes and raced back to beat the Wings and really shocked them here. So all kinds of time, especially with the man advantage right now. They need a goal in a bad way. As Chiliano once again makes the point-blank save on a Mammoth player.
Protect the ball, be smart with possessions.
No.
Eat a little bit of clock.
Yeah, no quick turnovers.
Don't stop going to the net.
Right.
But make smart decisions.
Another night where the Mammoth so far have struggled to score. Just 7 goals with just over 5 minutes to play. Kelly just bouncing one near Fryer. Trying to maybe get a new shot clock, but he didn't get the net.
Yeah, Kelly took the shot with 6 seconds left. Had to really let it go.
Just over 5 minutes to play. A minute to go now on this power play. Mammoth have not scored in the 4th quarter. Self up high. Self gets it in front, and it either hit the post or Chiliano, and he kept it out. Under 5 minutes to play. 40 seconds on the penalty kill for San Diego. Looking to snap this 3-game losing streak and secure a home playoff game. Still 5 minutes to go, though. It's been a defensive struggle thus far. Buchanan bouncing it for Dawson. Shot clock at 5. Buchanan in front, scores! Short-handed. It's 11-7. Dawson assists on it.
Buchanan with a very nifty goal. Just kind of posts himself up. Receives the pass, turns and shoots, and it's a massive goal. Second shorthanded goal for the Seals tonight.
That's how you win games. Power play, shorthanded. They've been great on special teams tonight. They lead 11-7. Dawson assists. Buchanan scores. I don't know if it's the backbreaker, but a 4-goal lead with 4:33 to play.
Well, we got 18 seconds left on this power play. Mammoth are still going to have a lot to say as we wind down under the last 4.5 minutes.
Yeah, the Mammoth will need something very quickly to get some of this momentum back. Again, they haven't scored in the fourth. They've never trailed by more than 4 in this game. They trail by 4 right now. Final seconds of this power play. I'll say Chiliano tonight has really been incredible in net. Leland ahead of the play, but they make the smart decision. What a move there by Hartzell, dodging a defender. So the Mammoth 2 for 6 on the power play, but they've allowed as many goals on the power play as they've scored tonight. Not a good combination. Inside 4 minutes to play. Now every possession is crucial for San Diego to use time.
So the Seals now 4 minutes away from a second, no worse than a second place finish in a home playoff game.
And again, they're doing it tonight without Austin Stotts. 3:41 to play. We'll come back to Pechanga after this. 11-7 Seals. This is the NLL on BR Live. And now for the play of the game presented by Geico. Casey Jackson gets that one to trickle through. Casey Jackson has had himself a big night. A hat trick tonight for San Diego as the Seals lead 11-7. Back to live action. The goalie was out for a moment there for Colorado, playing a man up, trailing by 4, Doug, with 3:20 to play.
Well, I'll tell you what, John, if San Diego holds on and they've got a 4-goal lead with just over 3 minutes, what a monumental season for them. 10 wins in their inaugural season and a home playoff game to reward these fans.
And without the phenom Austin Stotts now the last couple of weeks have overcome that. And they're just 3 minutes away from sweeping Colorado in this season series. So the goalie goes off. Again, they'll try to play a man up from here on out to get back into this game if they can. 6-on-5 action. Chiliano has stood on his head tonight. This is point-blank range, and he keeps it out. That was deflected in front of the net.
Chiliano was in full scarecrow mode right there.
That was amazing. Did everything he could to make himself bigger than he actually is. Still loose, and then scooped out of play.
A little souvenir for the fan who made the nice catch up in row 4.
Great energy in Pechanga right now. Most of the crowd is standing, sensing a home playoff game for the Seals coming up.
2.5 minutes away.
Might have been off Chiliano's mask. Got his 6-on-5 here. The goalie is out. It's off the back of the net, and that's San Diego ball. Will Chiliano try? No. Wise to take the 30 seconds. Yeah, maybe in the final 30 seconds, but not at 2:10. Well, they weren't going to get the ball over there, so they just dump it back.
And you can't say enough about the job that Patrick Merrill and his staff have done putting this team together and really weathering a bunch of storms throughout the year. When you think about the number of injuries that they've
Merrill
had.
injury kept him out for a few weeks. Austin Stotts now.
But go back to the beginning of the year, you know, some of the early injuries. Zach Miller, knee injury. Johnny Pearson, knee injury. Austin Stotts.
Chiliano again makes the save. Now he's going to take a shot at it.
And we've got a penalty coming up.
It's going to be against Colorado, right? No, it's against, it is.
Yep.
Against the
Too many men.
Mammoth. With 1:25 to play, and that essentially does it. There'll be a man down. They trail by 4 goals.
No, we're under 2 minutes. It's going to be a penalty shot for San Diego.
Even better. Well, we haven't had one of those this year here at Pechanga.
Love it.
A first in Seals history.
Want to see who's going to take it.
Who do you think?
Looks like they're going to go with Casey Jackson.
Colorado penalty, 2 minutes, illegal substitution. Occurs under 2 minutes of play. We have a penalty shot.
There we go. So Casey Jackson, who's had the hat trick tonight. One of the more exciting plays in sports. See if the Seals can add on to their lead.
Here we go.
Jackson makes his way in past the restraining line. On Fryer, Jackson scores! Seals will host a playoff game in San Diego in their first year.
What a fantastic year. To this point, we're still going to go on.
Jackson's fourth. Here's a look at the penalty. And then Jackson on the goal there to make it 12-7 on the penalty shot. Think about special teams, right? The power play goals, the shorthanded goals.
Absolutely huge.
And now the penalty shot to make it 12-7. Final 85 seconds right now.
So now, John, with the Colorado loss tonight, this will mean that Vancouver will stay alive. They play Rochester tomorrow night.
Needing a win.
Keep in mind that if Vancouver gets that win against Rochester, Colorado, their final remaining game of the season is against Saskatchewan. Vancouver will play Toronto in Vancouver. So a lot of lacrosse, a lot of things left to sort out after tonight.
So that final playoff spot in the West remains alive for at least another day. We know the Seals will be a top 2 seed in the West based on this result tonight. They will need Saskatchewan losses plus a win over Buffalo in their final game to potentially steal the 1 seed.
And I think it's just so important for the franchise here in San Diego to have the season they're having, to get the home game, expose the local fans to one more game and NLL playoff atmosphere. Just a great job by the entire organization to get them to this point. And I know now kind of the monkey's off their back a little bit because they've been fighting this, you know, are we going to get second for a couple weeks. Now that's off their back. Now they can start focusing on the next task at hand. And they'll host the Buffalo Bandits next Saturday night here at Pechanga.
And then they'll host Calgary in all likelihood here in the first weekend of playoff action. Yeah, the goal from Jackson on that penalty shot.
And again, because we're under 2 minutes, they're going to take another look at it.
It's a good goal.
After review, the call on the field is confirmed. Good goal.
Largest lead tonight for San Diego, 85 seconds to play. At this point, I don't know if you even pull your goalkeeper. You tell me, Doug. Would you be pulling your goalkeeper here down 5?
Probably not.
They've scored just 7 times in 59 minutes tonight. Could they score 5 in the final 80 seconds? it would be a rally of rallies. But they do win the face-off. And it does look like Fryer is going to make his way. He's going to stay on for now.
Another good save by Chiliano.
He's allowed nothing in the fourth.
And another loose ball by Brody Merrill.
Now they flip this thing all the way down for Cleland. And Cleland collected it for a moment. It's loose on the dasher boards. Bodies are on the floor. This could be a dangerous situation. There's been some physical play in this game. Clock ticking inside a minute.
3-on-1, and Billings came away with it for a brief second.
And had that yard loose.
So we're well under a minute now to the first Frank Scigliano, the story in net. Just a huge win, really. The only stat that matters tonight is a 12-7 win, and the Seals are going to host the game on Monday, May 6th.
All right, let's go down on the floor to Tolly Anderson. She's with Casey Jackson, who scored 4 goals tonight.
Casey, 4 goals tonight. What was clicking for you?
I think the coach gave us a lot of pep talk, and we had a special guy come talk to us before the game, and that kind of gave us a little bit of motivation. So I took my pre-workout and I made sure I got out there.
You do the dunk shot a lot, maybe not tonight. Would you say that's your favorite shot?
Yeah, because it's as close as I can get to the net. So I'll take that anytime they give it to me, but if they don't, I'll make sure I get some guys open so they have the opportunity to.
Seal Day playoff home game. What does it mean to play in front of San Diego?
Oh, it's awesome. Our fans, they're probably the loudest I've ever heard. I can barely hear when they get going, so it's awesome. I got to thank them. But that was just one of our goals, so we're happy to get that. So we'll celebrate that tonight, but we got to move on. We got to think of our next game and then playoffs.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, great game for Casey Jackson as the Seals win it by a final score of 12-7. Let's get to the highlights in this one. It started with Turner Evans tying the score early on, Doug, at 2.
Yeah, big goal by Turner Evans, 2-2 to end the first quarter.
You know, the Seals trailed 4-3, Doug. They were shorthanded, a 5-minute major, and Casey Jackson got that to trickle through and tie the score at 4.
Yeah, a little dribbler that really Dylan Ward had was a shorthanded goal for Casey Jackson.
And then Jackson gave the Seals the lead for good later in the second, 5-4 from outside.
Low to high ripper by Jackson.
So that made it 5-4. In the second half, the Seals led 8-5 when Casey Jackson once again scored for San Diego, making it 9-5.
Casey Jackson had quite a night for the Seals again tonight, 4 goals, 2 assists.
Now, Colorado got close. In fact, this pulled them to within 9-7. It came late in the third quarter.
Yeah, really nice play by Joey Capito to find Ryan Lee cutting right down the middle of the floor.
But the Seals would score the next goal. Dan Dawson, the veteran, had a great night. That top shelf goal made it 10-7, and then San Diego would ice this away, Doug, with another veteran, Cal Buchanan, and that came with about 5 minutes to play, and San Diego wins it tonight. Again, a final score of 12-7. So again, once again, the final score, San Diego 12, Colorado 7. Visit NLL.com for an all-access pass to get the National Lacrosse League and get the latest news, highlights, stories, and more. For Doug Locker and Tolly Anderson, I'm John Schaefer. You've been watching the National Lacrosse League on PR Live.